Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. Guys, in this video, I will be discussing the pseudocodes which were asked in the Capgemini exam today in slot 2. Guys, again in this video, I will only be able to discuss 4 to 5 pseudocodes because if I discuss lot of pseudocodes, then the video becomes very long. But guys, do not worry, slot 2, 4 to 5 questions will be discussed in this video, and plus many Capgemini pseudocodes video have been uploaded on my channel. All those videos you can find those videos under this playlist of Capgemini pseudocodes question, and you can see here that slot 1 question of today has already been uploaded on this playlist. I will give the link of this playlist in the I button or in the description box. Make sure to visit it. Some questions have been discussed here, and if you still want to practice more questions, then again I have a blog in which also I have till now posted 2 posts about Capgemini pseudocodes. So you can see part 2 is here, part 1, and these have already been posted on my blogger. Again, the link of this blog I will give in the description box. More such posts will be posted till evening today. 2 or 3 more posts will be posted regarding Capgemini pseudocodes. So guys, do not miss any of these updates both on my channel as well as on the blog page. So kindly make sure to subscribe them both. Okay, so guys, the first question is, if the base address of the two-dimensional array is array of size 2,2 is 200, then what is the address of A11 element? Assume that each element takes 4 bytes. So guys, first of all, let's just draw that how the array of size 2,2 looks like. So you can see that A of 00 will lie here. Sorry, A of 00 will lie here. Now we will draw A of 11. Now A of 01 will look like this. A of 10 will look like this. This is how our memory thinks that the elements are stored. So this is how A11 will look like. So this is how we think that the two-dimensional array is stored. But actually inside the computer's memory, how this array is stored? It is stored like this: A00. Okay, then after it A11 is stored. 01 is stored, then A10 is stored, and finally A11 is stored. So it means that in computer's memory all the elements are stored in a single line, and now the base address of this is given to us. That is, the base address is the address of the first element. We are given as 200, and we have been told that each element takes 4 bytes of memory. So it means that if A00 is at 200, A01 will be at 204, A10 will be at 208, and finally A11 will be at 2112. So we have asked to find the memory of this particular element. So the memory of this particular element is 212, and this will be the correct option that will be given to you. So I hope now the concept is clear to you that how two-dimensional arrays are actually stored in the memory. So this is 212 is the correct answer. Okay, now next question is, if we draw the binary search tree from the given numbers, what will be the height of BST? And guys, many of you get confused. You draw the binary search tree very correct, but you give the answer as wrong. So let's just first construct the BST using these numbers. So first of all, 50 is there. So first of all, 50 is there and it is the root element. Next number is 80. Now 80 is greater than 50. So in BST, the elements that are greater than the root node goes towards the right side. Now next comes the 20. Now 20 is smaller than 50. So it will come at the left side. Now next comes 14. So 14 first will compare it with 50. Yes, 14 is smaller than 50. So it will come on the left side. Now we will compare it with 20. Now 14 is again smaller than 20. So now it will come at left side of 20. Now 34. 34 you can see is less than 50, so it will we will check here, and we know that 34 is greater than 20, so it will come at right side of 20. Next is 55. So 55 is greater than 50, so it will be compared with 80, and 55 is less than 80, so it will come on the left side of the 80. Now we have drawn the entire BST, and now we have to find the height of this BST. Now guys, for finding the height of the BST, first of all, what we have to do, we have to find the longest path. We have to find the longest path from root to leaf. We have to find the longest path from root to leaf. So one such path is like this, that is 15, 20, 14. Next path is 15, 20, 34, and next path is 50, 80 and 55. So these are the 3 paths that are available to us, and you can see that these three paths are of exact same thing. That is, total number of nodes that are coming in the longest path are same. There are 3 nodes here, in second path also 3 nodes are there, and third path also 3 nodes are there. So it means that if we choose any path, our answer will be correct only. So let's just suppose we have chose the third path. We have chose the third path. Now there are 3 nodes coming. So since the 3 nodes are coming, that means what will be the height of the this BST? It will be n minus 1. That is, if 3 nodes are coming, so the height will be n minus 1, 3 minus 1, that is 2. So this is the correct answer, that height of this particular BST is 2. Now what you do, you just make the entire BST correct, but the height you take as number of nodes. So number of nodes are 3, so you will tell that height is 3. But no, it is correct. It is wrong, because if you will search on Google also, if a particular tree only contains a single node, that is, let's suppose we have a tree that only contains this node 50, just this node, so the height of this tree will be 0. So by going by this logic, since a tree containing one node height is 0, then it means that if a tree containing n node, then the height will be n minus 1, that is 2. So I hope now the question is clear to you, and now you will not make any errors in this question. So height of this BST will be 2. Okay, now moving to the next question. Okay, so guys, the next question is dash require 3-dimensional dynamic programming approach to solve. So here are the 4 options, that either 0-1 knapsack, matrix chain multiplication, LCS problem, all pair shortest path problem. So out of these problems, which particular problem requires a 3D DP to solve? So guys, I will not answer this question. I want you guys to answer this in the comment section. Kindly answer and please write the reason or share the link, that from which resource, from which code you found out that this particular thing uses 3-dimensional DP. So again, kindly reply to this particular question. Moving to the next question. Again, it's the same question as we have done in the second, but again it is for your practice, because out of 10 questions, I think 2 questions are of this type only, and 2 questions are of that array type, or that what is the address. So please kindly pause the video and do it side by side, so that you can also understand the concept of this binary search tree. So if we draw the binary search tree from given numbers, what will be the height of the BST? So now let's just start drawing the BST. So first number is 100, so it will be root. Next is 200 is greater than 100, so it will move to the right of 100. Next number is 90 is less than 100, so it is 90 on the left of 100. 80 is smaller than 100. Then comes 90 is also smaller than 90, so 80 will move to the left of 90. Next is 300 is greater than 100 is greater than 200. 200 is greater than 300. 300 is greater than 200, so it will move to the right of the 200. Next comes 500 is greater than 100, 500 is greater than 200, 500 is greater than 300, so it will come on the right side of the 300. Now again, first of all, what to do, we have to find the longest path from root to the leaf node. So there are 2 paths, one path is this and second path is this. So we can say that the second path is the longest path. So we have choose the longest path. Now what will be the height of the tree? Height will be n minus 1. As I have told you earlier in this video, height will be n minus 1, n being the nodes in the longest path. So height will become 4 minus 1, that is 3. So this was the entire question. I hope now this question is clear to you. This question is very important as per the pseudocodes, and plus the array part that we have discussed in the first question. This question is also very important because many of you get confused here. So I hope I have made this made your doubts clear, that how you have to solve in the exam. And guys, if this video was helpful to you, kindly subscribe this channel, and also do not forget to visit my blog, because 2 more posts will be updated today only for today's slot. So kindly make sure to visit it. So guys, thank you for watching this video and kindly subscribe the channel.